Hello, as you may have realised, we're back from our big adventure around New Zealand. Had a great time out there, saw lots of technology, took lots of games and gadgets with us, which stood us in good stead on the road with the family. But one of the things that we wanted to talk about was how we got out there. Now, we flew out with Air New Zealand, and we were on their particularly interesting seat that they have called a Skycouch. Now, this is an economy seat, but for a small extra fee, you get upgraded to this Skycouch version. Now, these seats, the footwell has a leg rest that comes up, but not only just to support your legs, it comes right up, as you can see here, so that you can create a bed platform. Now, we've got 3 young kids, as you know, and for them, it meant that firstly, when they just sat in their seats, they could sort of slouch back as if they were on the sofa at home, playing some games on the in-flight entertainment or watching some films. But also, you could put all 3 up, put a bed topper sort of thing over the top of it to make a nice sort of smooth mattress space, and then actually get quite a bit of sleep. Now, for a family, I really like the way this changed the space from being just sort of a seated area into more of a play space. So each of the children had their own little sort of zone where they could play and hang out, play some games. A lot of them spent time on their 3DSs. But also then for the family, where we had 3 of these Skycouch seats shared between 2 of us, we could lie out and actually get some sleep lying horizontally on the plane. Now, obviously, the trip to New Zealand is really long. That's sort of long haul, 2 around 10-hour flights breaking in LA. So we are really thankful of having that. And actually, I think it made a big difference to the flight. The kids were much more settled and much happier just to play and watch their movies. But also, both me and my wife got more sleep. We took turns to have some time sort of lying horizontally and lying across those seats in the Skycouch mode with another child. It was pretty good. There was enough space for both of them to get some sleep, and we had some good 4-hour chunks of sleep on the plane, which I just don't think you'd get normally. Or if you get it, it may be sitting up, but that's interrupted because you're lying down. You get that really deep sort of 3-hour sort of REM style rest. Perhaps one thing to say about Skycouch, though, is that you do have to work your way around the various sort of seatbelt configurations. So depending on how you're lying or sitting on the seats, you have to take this pack here and work out which belt you need, then plug it in. Now, in addition to the normal seat straps, there's also connection points on the seat in front. So I think it took a little while to get used to that, but the Air New Zealand staff on the flight were really good at telling us how to use Skycouch and was really enthusiastic for us to get the most out of it. Now, of course, as in any of these flights, it's only an economy seat, so when the person in front of you reclines their Skycouch seats, it does encroach a little bit onto the space that you've got. But I think as long as you're seeing this as more of a sort of a sofa or a settee in the air rather than a bed, and it is sold as a Skycouch, I think that sort of makes sense and is a relatively good way of describing the sort of experience you'll get. Now, of course, price is a big issue here, and if you're looking at upgrading to a Skycouch, it depends how many of you are travelling, how much it will cost. And also, I think you need to look at the other seats on the plane, whether that's premium economy or business. Now, as in terms of my calculations, if you're flying on your own and you wanted to upgrade to Skycouch in a 2-way flight, that would give you 3 seats, which you can pretty much lie down horizontally on. You need to probably bend your legs a bit if you're slightly taller, but that means you get that horizontal sleep, and that is a little bit more than you'd pay for a premium economy seat. But where it really comes into its own is if you've got a couple of people travelling, maybe husband and wife, or a parent and a child, because to upgrade 2 seats to Skycouch, that brings the price per person under what you'd pay if you were to buy a couple of premium economy seats. There's much better value there. Now, you might think, well, if there's 3 of you travelling, there's really no point. But actually, again, if we were travelling on Air New Zealand and we just had 3 of us, 1 parent and 2 children, I think we'd still look at a Skycouch upgrade just because it creates that little space for each of the children to have their own, as I said, their own sort of zone and sort of sofa area where they can relax, play their games and watch their films. So I think as long as you've done your research, as long as you understand what you're getting for your money, the Skycouch is a really good option. So perhaps if you're a single business person travelling, it's a great way to get that horizontal sleep. But if you're a family, I think this is where it really comes into its own, and you've got young kids, and you want to give them more space on those long haul flights, I think Skycouch is a really good option. And it sounds like other airlines are looking into licensing the technology from Air New Zealand. So it'd be interesting to see how wide that spreads. The biggest challenge, of course, is communicating what it is and getting that pricing right so that it makes sense. So there you go, that's Skycouch on the Air New Zealand planes. We'll be back with more Family Gamer TV and more about our tech adventure in New Zealand soon.